you can't bend perspective until you understand perspective. You wonder why people don't understand your artwork. They don't understand it because you didn't take the time to learn how to do it first before you decided to present it in that way or to bend it to your will. You can't bend it until you understand it.
Welcome back to Fishing Without Bait, a lifetime without definitive expectations, where we will continue our conversation with our delightful guest, Kidmental. I choose. You chose to come on this show tonight.
I did. I chose that.
Higher power.
Indeed. But if that higher power is choking off your supply line to life itself, then you need to redirect or remove yourself from certain situations.
Well, right? A cult requires blind adherence to a dogma. Blind adherence.
True.
Where spirituality is more open. So in the 12-step world, one of the co-authors of what we call the Big Book stated that the realm of the spirit is all-inclusive, never exclusive.
Can you say that again?
The realm of the spirit is all-inclusive, never exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't say that you have to be X, Y, or Z
exactly
to be in this club.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I think that makes it makes sense, you know. It's not it's not limited. I think that's the thing. It's this limitation is where I realized I need to like, there were so many questions, you know, and so many ways that you wanted to be like, hey, like, so what about this person, or what about this person, or what about these people, or what about this? Why are we different? Why is it different? There is no difference.
There is no difference.
There is no difference. So why do you have these barriers? Why do you have these walls set up? It's to control. That's what it is. And I don't want to be controlled that way. Not that way. It's not helping. It's not stagnant, but it doesn't help me grow anymore. I've grown to where I'm at, and in order for me to grow more, I can't be in these walls.
No, and again we get back to that confining boundaries of a comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yes. So, the Bible's Jesus spoke of mindfulness constantly. Mm-hmm. That's all he talked about. His message was love, compassion, and forgiveness.
Yep.
That's all he talked about.
That's it. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Nothing less.
So we, the producer and I did a podcast a few years ago. We called it Jesus a Socialist. And where we defined fascism, we defined socialism, and we defined communism. And I think we tweaked a few noses when we suggested to the people who purport themselves to be Christians that if their philosophy didn't revolve around love, compassion, and forgiveness, that they might want to redefine themselves, and that this Jesus person was the architect of socialism.
I think that, I mean, the Crusades were what?
The Crusades were about my God hates your God.
The Crusade, I think, right. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's baffling. Like, I don't know. People. It's again. You go back to the comfort zone. That's why they react the way they do. It's because they don't want to get out of that zone of comfort. And so their reaction to anybody trying to say anything different from there, they have no way to absorb that information because they're not open to absorbing it. they're in this comfort zone.
We want people to explore possibilities. The Dalai Lama said, question everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that the Dalai Lama also said, one must learn the rules perfectly in order to perfectly break them.
Same thing with art is you can't bend perspective until you understand perspective. Like you can't until you know 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective, whatever it is. If you're just like, oh, I'm just going to do this, and then you wonder why people don't understand your artwork. They don't understand it because you didn't take the time to learn how to do it first before you decided to present it in that way or to bend it to your will. You can't bend it until you understand it. It's just like the spoon.
Well, it's taking perspective. So what we try to do, Kay, is to help people look at situations rather than from them.
Yeah.
We have a saying in the 12-step world that you can't read the label when you're inside the bottle.
So true.
Okay.
Right.
And that goes not only for addiction, it also goes for relationship, it goes for anxiety, it goes for depression, because when most people, I usually use this as an example, when a person is in a relationship and everyone around them knows that it's awful. But if you mention it to them, they'll tell you to mind your own business.
Because they didn't step back.
Because they're inside the bottle. They're not reading the label.
They're not.
And eventually when they do end that relationship, they're asking all their friends, why didn't you tell me?
We tried to tell you, homie.
Most people are unwilling to listen. 80% of communication, Kay, is active listening.
True. Instead of waiting to respond.
Yes. A good listener is hard to find. So, where does Kay go from here? Where does kidmental go?
Where do I go? Baby, don't hurt me.
So what are you looking forward to? Everyone needs something to look forward to, Kay.
I am looking forward to brighter days. I'm actually looking forward to better a balance in my work life. I am if I can get that balance, then I can get back to what I love most, and it's presenting, streaming, making more songs. I've been itching to make more songs. I've not had the time to even work on any album this year at all. So, and I'm closing in on a couple year gap, and that I would like to at least release an album every 2 years if I could, and I haven't had the time. And my guy from Japan, he's Tomzilla. We both kidmental and Tomzilla make up Kidzilla. And so if you look up Kidzilla stuff, that's me and him, and I haven't been able to do that either. And he sent me a couple of beats, and I'm like, wow, I want to work on these. Not yet. But that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to having that time and being able to just dive in and do that. But I think a lot of the hoops that I'm trying to go through is the fact that, I do have the opportunity to make some bread and butter by just being an artist, a live artist. And if I can tap into that, then I think I will be able to open up these other doors, to keep pushing forward. So I'm trying to get hired on some gigs, trying to get these gigs going so that I can just do more of what I really want to do. And
well, there's a difference, Kay, between being busy and being productive.
There is a difference, and I feel like I am not able to be productive because I'm swamped with trying to make money in the way that is not utilizing my talent.
Well, and again, we want to talk about realistic expectations. And realistic expectations are, What defines who you are? You're a father.
Yeah. Yes, I am. And those, I believe I'm balanced in some way for that, and I feel like I'm really good with that. So I'm happy that I'm able to be with these kids, make things with these kids. We're working on his costume for Halloween. We're just doing things with them. I'm so glad that I can do that. That's one aspect, though.
Well, that's important.
It is important.
Most people have forgotten what's important.
Mhm.
And as a mental health therapist, what I try to do is help people figure out what's really important
Mhm.
because, Kay, most things are not.
Most things are not. No, that's so true if you are living in a box. Once you're outside of it, that most things, a lot of that is important.
When you cut down on some of the distractions in
Yeah.
your life, I think you'll find you have much more free time.
Yes. The distractions right now are just trying to find healthcare, trying to put food on the table.
Those are legitimate real life concerns.
So if I could balance that where it's not most of my time, then I could free up that other time to hopefully, like, I was so close to, having enough gigs and doing the things that I liked to have that money to take care of normal things in life. And if I could tap into that the right way, then these other jobs can go. I can rid myself of those jobs. I can do the things that I love and still, have time for my kids and have time to relax, because you need that. You need to have some downtime. You need that 10 minutes of silence, that just to absorb just you so that you can recharge.
However, in the moment, Kay, the job is important.
It is.
Because it provides food on the table. It provides those
And
things.
that's the crazy thing. It's like you have this one job that takes care of a lot of that, right? And then you have people who hire you to do the thing that you're really good at as well. And you're almost getting to a point where if you had enough of those people hiring you, that other job would be obsolete. I would be taking care of two things at once instead of just one, So it's great that I'm in this situation, as I am an event coordinator, planner / everything, and I work in events, and so through that, I'm able to do these other things to continue my love.
What we try to do on this program is to help people promote themselves and reach out to our audience, however big or small, that to open up possibilities for the people on this show to promote themselves. Now, we get a lot of come-ons from people who want to just promote themselves, but they have to have some type of a message that is congruent with what we have, which is when I looked at your things, that's what we found.
Okay.
That's what we found. So, Kay, how would someone contact you to hire your services, to be a coordinator, to collaborate with you?
They can they could go to my website, kidmental.com.
Kidmental.com.
Yeah, KIDMENTAL. And you could contact. All of my contacts should be there. You can also text me at 412-2-KIDIC9. And my email is uniclique@gmail.com. That's UNI as in you and I, CLIQUE, which is click. Like you and I click. You and I do click.
That's unique.
Right? It is.
I like uniqueness. So you've been delightful, Kay. We're so glad we've had you on the show. And as with all of our guests, we ask that not to be a stranger.
Okay.
And usually we like to catch up with people in 8 or 9 months
Awesome.
and continue on this journey of conversation. Is there anything that you'd like to share with the Fishing Without Bait audience?
Anything I would like to share with the
Yes.
Fishing Without Bait audience? What would I like to share? Man, I'm trying to get back to it. I really want to get back to it. So hopefully this can help me get back to it. Please go to free.kidmental.com and sign up for your free theme song, baby. I'm trying to raise money. I got a lot of bills to pay. So, if you want to support me, you could also go to free.kidmental.com or donate.kidmental.com. And every time we hit our goal, we will create a theme song for an individual. We're going to randomize it and we're going to pick a name. And every time we hit our goal, that's how I'm raising money. I'm trying to raise money. And I think I'm going to add to this where possibly every person that donates $10, I'm going to do an improv loop for you.
Oh, cool.
So $10, I will make that song and send it to you. And
Cool.
all theme songs that I do, free theme songs, if you send me your address, which I always ask, but not everybody does it. But if you send me your address, once I'm done with the song, I will create a electromagnetic cassette tape of that song, and you'll get some extra songs on there or some extra
neat.
beats, and I'll send that out to you, a physical tape. So not only am I making a song from scratch about you or someone that you love, because I do we do keepsakes, we do just songs about you. We'll do a brand if you have a brand. If you have a streaming something that's a series, we'll do a song about that. So I have it open for practically anybody right now. I think, I hope I do. If I don't, please let me know. But usually I try to encourage brands or series to, support by actually going and doing the business to pay the actual fee for it. But I think I opened it up for everybody.
Great.
Right now, so.
Well, we encourage our guests to enjoy our podcast and promote us on your platforms as we promote you on yours. At the end of every podcast, we offer a free prescription, fruits, nuts, and vegetables, and unplug your television and take up fishing. And for a truly mindful experience, we suggest that you fish without bait and do a kindness for another and do a kindness for yourself and to forgive another and to forgive yourself. And remember that we're all the Creator's children, not some of us, but all of us. Until all of us are free, none of us are free. Namaste, my friends.
Please check out our website at fishingwithoutbait.com, where you can listen to the show, comment on our discussions, and find out where you can subscribe to our podcast. If you're interested in flying the colors of Fishing Without Bait, click the shop icon on our website. We have clothing, mugs, cell phone cases, and so much more. Show the world that you fish without bait. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.